Hey guys, I'm Tori and I'm here with another one of our 5 minutes at 4. So I have siblings and I know that I can tell you I would do anything in the world for them, but that's not completely true. I do have a line that I will not cross. Like I'm sure I probably would not kill for them. But unfortunately, that's not true for all siblings. So Enrique Hernandez grew up in Mexico, working hard for his family and helping to take care of his younger siblings. His younger brother, Daniel, was quoted in the TV show Snapped as saying that he loved him as more than a brother. He loved him more like a father, that he knew he was there for him all the time, that he would take care of him. So Enrique worked on many different farms and ranches all over Mexico. And the whole time he was dreaming of the American dream. And as soon as he was old enough, he left Mexico and he moved to California to pursue that dream. He wanted to be his own boss. He found work on some local farms there. Maria was born and raised in California and also was from a large family, just like Enrique. Although she was known for her gentle and caring spirit, she did not come from a good home life. So in 1997, when Enrique, good gracious, when he was 25 years old, he met 15-year-old Maria when she came with her dad to the farm he was working on to sell tamales. The two soon began dating and quickly fell in love. Maria saw what a hardworking, kind man Enrique was, and she saw not just him as a man, but a way to escape the trouble she was having at home. So 2 years after meeting, the two were wed in Mexico and immediately began a family, having 2 boys and 2 girls. And as was his way, Enrique continued to care for his family, traveling all over the U.S. from farm to farm, working at the different picking seasons across the country. He would send money home to Maria and their children, and he would send money back home to his family in Mexico. And just a little reminder there in case you weren't following dates, they were married in 1999. 12 years later, in 2011, they finally settled down in Idaho, and Enrique applied for citizenship. Just 4 years later, on May 25th, the Hernandezes left their 4 children with family members and headed to Las Vegas for the quinceañera of one of Enrique's brother's daughters. The couple enjoyed a nice night out together, staying out dancing at a bar until 2 a.m., according to Maria. While driving home, they began having some car trouble. Maria was driving and she pulled over. Enrique got out to see what the trouble was. While looking under the hood, he was attacked and beaten with an axe. According to Maria, the assailant jumped into the family van after the attack and drove off. A local woman heard screaming and looked out of her window. She noticed a man on the ground bleeding and a woman standing over him. She contacted the police. When they showed up, they found Enrique had been hacked to death with an axe and nearly decapitated. His head was still attached by only a few ligaments. Defensive wounds on him would show that he had tried to fight off his attacker. The only evidence on scene at the time was the murder weapon that had been left behind and a few bloody footprints. Immediately, a massive manhunt ensued. They were looking for an axe murderer on the loose. During the manhunt, the missing minivan was found. There was blood inside and outside of the van, and a buck knife was found under the front seat. After reaching out to the local area hospitals, the police were notified of a Hispanic male who had come in with a knife wound to the abdomen. It was later determined that that man was Hector Gutierrez, the younger brother of Maria. He initially claimed that he was the victim of a robbery, but confessed to the murder when he was presented with evidence that there was blood on his shoes matching the bloody footprints, as well as an eyewitness placing him in the family van earlier. You see, while Maria was driving home from the bar, she gotten pulled over. That eyewitness was another officer that had seen Gutierrez in the back seat. So investigators initially reached out to other family members, and apparently this marriage had been on the rocks. Enrique had caught Maria cheating just 4 months earlier, and the couple, according to them, were using this quinceañera as an opportunity to reconnect and possibly reconcile. I do want to point out that before the confession, the police did reach out to Maria's lover as a suspect, but he had an alibi and he was cleared. So Hector was presented with the evidence and he did come clean. He confessed the murder, but he said that the murder was not his idea, that Maria had approached him and said that she was being abused, that he was threatening to take their children, and that she wanted her brother to get rid of him. She wired from a Walmart near her $800 to her brother, and they set up a plan to meet in Las Vegas. And when the police asked him what it meant to get rid of him, he said that Maria meant to kill her husband. Maria had even gone so far as to buy the murder weapon and stash it underneath one of the seats in the van that they were using on the trip. So during the attack, when Enrique started to fight back, Maria even joined in, holding back his arms and giving Hector better access to her husband for those fatal blows. And to this day, they still have not been able to prove that Enrique was ever abusive to Maria in any way. Maria and her brother, Hector, were both charged with conspiracy to commit murder and first-degree murder with the use of a deadly weapon, according to the TV show Snapped. Now, both pled guilty to the murder. And Hector received a 20 to 50-year sentence, and he'll be eligible for parole in 2035. Maria, on the other hand, received a 25 to 70-year sentence. She is not eligible till 2040. So again, I love my brothers and sisters with everything that I have, and I would tell you that I would do anything for them, but I'm pretty sure I would not commit murder. How about you? Would you go that far for your brothers and sisters? Would you do anything for your siblings? Again, this is Tori with another 5 minutes at 4. I hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget to drop any other questions you have about this down in the comments, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.